Defining DeFi, hackathon, Moralis and Google. 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 Define hackathon, Moralis and Google. Defining define hackathon, Moralis and Google. Defining define hackathon, Moralis and Google. Defining define hackathon, Moralis and Google. 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 Moralis and Google.
Greetings, developers and hackathon participants. Welcome to the Defining DeFi Awards ceremony. Man, it's an exciting day today, and I am so happy to be here with all of you. I have great news. We have results for you today and prizes to award today. I am joined today by Shiv of our product team, as well as Vic of BNB Chain. Welcome, gentlemen. How are you doing today?
Great. Happy to be here.
Wonderful. Glad to have you guys here. I'm really excited to start celebrating these winners with everybody. I know that everyone in the audience is just super excited for us to get into the winners. I promise you, we are going to go through every single one of the sponsors today. We're going to watch a lot of demo videos, and any winners where we don't cover the demo video, we're going to release a video later this week to cover those. So just keep that in mind. If you're a winner of a smaller pool prize and we don't demo you today, we are going to demo your video later this week. And all of the current winners will be disclosed during this stream. So stick around. I hope you have some time to stick with us. There'll be a recording available afterwards for those of you who need to join us later. Before we get into all that, though, I want to give the floor over to Vic to talk a little bit about a new program that they have starting over at BNB Chain that's specifically to help you in your Web3 development.
Thank you very much, Phil. And thank you again, everyone, for coming, and for BNB Chain and for me personally. This was quite a journey. There were a lot of projects, a lot of interesting use cases from our perspective. Like some of those really amazed us in creativity and the use case applied. And so first of all, thank you for participating, and especially for those who are planning actually to go into Web3, go into DeFi. Work with Google, Moralis, and naturally BNB Chain. And as of the announcement part, so I wanted to say that shortly, within 1 or 2 weeks, we are announcing the starting of most valuable project, or MVP project this season. And essentially, this is something like a program that we do on an annual basis, 2-3 times per year, and it is specifically designed. It's like essentially a startup accelerator for projects to help them to bring the use case, to bring the technology to the level of the production level, and naturally to bring more partners to work with projects such as Moralis, such as Google, for the project to succeed. So feel free to participate, feel free to announce, to apply to the program, and naturally spread the word around the program, as this is something that was intended specifically for the success of the projects.
Wonderful, wonderful. Be sure to check out that BNB MVP program, along with, at the end of the day, what's this all about? This is all about us all coming together to support you in your development. So you've got MVP programs through our partners. You've got exposure access through Moralis and through this community channel that we're on right now. And all of those together build this support system that you have already in Web3, even though we are an emerging industry. Without any further ado, let's get into these prizes. We have coming up here the official prize selection from our partner BNB Chain for Moralis and Google defining DeFi. And here are the results. All right, so we're going to go one at a time here, and we're going to go through each of these demos. First off, we have in traditional finance champion, Banana Pay. Let's check out their demo right now.
Tian, and in this video I will present you the project. Hi, I'm Tian, and in this video I will present you the project we've been building called Banana Pay. Banana Pay is the simplest and most customizable solution for automated recurring crypto payments suited for individuals, apps, and companies of any size. With features like notifying users about their subscriptions in real time, nice and easy to use UI, and very easy integrations, easier than Stripe, we aim to offer a new Web3 alternative to services like Patreon, Stripe, and traditional banks. With Banana Pay, individuals, DAOs, and companies of all sizes can easily start receiving recurring crypto payments from their users or customers. Our goal was to make Banana Pay as easy to integrate as possible. That's why we have developed Banana Pay React plugin, with which developers can easily integrate Banana Pay into their apps and website without any prior Web3 knowledge and with only a few lines of code. Banana Pay users receive all subscriptions notifications on their emails for better user experience. Banana Pay is aiming at two targeted audiences: service providers and end users. Service providers can be anyone who wants to receive recurring crypto payments. These are individuals like devs who want to receive some support from their community, apps and companies like Netflix or Spotify, and DAOs like Ukraine DAO. Key features for them are that they can start receiving payments in a simple three-step process. First, they add subscription. Second, they integrate Banana Pay. And third, they can already start receiving the payments. Subscribers or end users, basically customers of service providers, can subscribe to recurring payments by first authenticating and setting their email, and second, they can already subscribe to any subscription they want. We have made recurring payments easier for them with real-time notifications, dashboard where they can see all past and upcoming events, and they can also unsubscribe at any time they want. Banana Pay is also multi-chain. Our contracts are deployed to Polygon, Mumbai, BNB Chain, Testnet, and Phantom Testnet. Banana Pay is built using the best tech in Web3 such as Moralis, Chainlink, Polygon, Phantom, and BNB Chain. Now let's do a demo. When we come to our app, we click Connect Wallet. MetaMask pops up and we click Sign. Now we wait for Moralis Authentication API to sign us in. And as you can see, I already have some activity, but none on BNB and Phantom testnets. If I was the service provider, I could add my app to the Banana Pay here, and it will show, and it would show up in this page. So now let's say I want to subscribe to Spotify. This is fake Spotify with a plan of 5.59 USDT tokens per 2 minutes. I have no activity, so I click subscribe. MetaMask pops up and I will need to approve my USDT tokens for Banana Pay to be able to work. And once the transaction confirms, I will be able to subscribe. Transaction has been confirmed and MetaMask pops up again. Now this transaction will subscribe me to the Spotify. So how this works is basically that Chainlink keepers are executing the payment at the desired interval, in this example 2 minutes. And then when Chainlink keepers execute the payment, the event is emitted. And with Moralis Streams API, we listen to the blockchain and these events and save them to our database. Once they're in the database, users receive the emails and see their changes on the website. So as you can see, these events appeared here in real time, and they're also showing me the upcoming events until my balance or allowance will run out. So let's look at the email. So as you can see, I received 2 emails, one notifying me that I have subscribed to Spotify, fake Spotify of course, 5.5 Tether USDT per 2 minutes, which chain and when the next payment will go through. The second email was the notification about the first payment being successful and also all the data needed. So now let's wait for the second payment to be executed. So as you can see, the new payment was executed without me or the service provider needing to do anything. Payments automatically take 5.59 tokens out of my wallet and transfer them to the receiver, which is the app. I also got the email that payment was successful with all the data needed. So now I can unsubscribe. I click confirm, and once the transaction will be confirmed, I will be unsubscribed from this demo app and no payments will go through anymore. Transaction was confirmed and I was unsubscribed. And also all the upcoming events are gone. So now let me show you the plugin. The plugin works in very similarly. Users connect their account. They click sign. And then all the process will be handled by this plugin. So I won't subscribe now, but this is how this works. I also see that dashboard updated that I subscribed. There were 2 payments and then I unsubscribed. It also says to which app and which plan, how many tokens at which time, basically everything users need to know. So thank you for this amazing opportunity, and if you have any more questions, feel free to contact us at these emails listed at the bottom of the website.
Amazing. Big congratulations to Banana Pay as our champion for BNB Chain traditional finance track. Now, next we're going to showcase cash out. Now, before we do, though, I just want to say really great job, Banana Pay. I love the UI. I love that, you know, can I be perfectly frank here? This is a better UI than some of the recurring payment systems that I use in traditional finance. Because you do get less information than this as a rule with a lot of the services that we're already using out there. So this is just astounding, awesome product. I can't wait to see, where you guys take it from here. So big congratulations to you. Any comments from Shiv or Vic on this one?
Just great job.
Yeah, I love the project as well. It's really nice, and I can already see like this will help a lot many projects who are moving into Web3, right? Like if let's say there is a subscription service in Web2 and they're moving to Web3, they already have an option. So yeah, great job, Tisha.
Absolutely. All right, returning to our graphic here. Next up, we have cash out. Let me get the video file ready for that one, and we'll dive right in. All right, so some of these we don't have narration, so I'll try to provide a little bit in the background while we go. All right, so it looks like we're approving a cash out request here. And that it's then providing currency of the chosen type based on your exchange. Excellent.
Yep, like an off-ramp solution. Looks good.
Very nice. Tools like this, if this is the first time you're seeing something like this, are really important for things like remittance. I've heard even some of our own team members talk about how their first introduction to cryptocurrency was remittance, trying to send money back home or receive money from back home. And it was very difficult to find an international payment system that you could use everywhere. Of course, we know that Web3 supports that in various different ways. And at this point, we're processing a gas transaction. And we can see our history there. And of course, our option to cash out then is sent to the phone number we provide, as shown here. Excellent work to cash out on that one. Really great job, guys, on being our first runner-up. Gonna bring our graphic up here one more time. Next one up here is iSeek Funding. Let's check out iSeek Funding. Preparing the video right now. And here we are.
Hello, fellow builders. I'm Santa, your 5-minute guide into the Moralis and Google Hackathon project. Ho ho hoo. I have found on the North Pole a small gift, and as you kids behave well, it is my pleasure to present it to you. iSeek Funding is a crowdfunding platform using Web3 to push crowdfunding experience to another level. Imagine an application like the Kickstarter, but operating on blockchain, using the technology to steroid its muscles. Running now on testnets of Polygon, BNB and Phantom, iSeek showcases 3 so far unexplored funding concepts. Our microfunds, inspired by Gitcoin quadratic funding, will make any backed dollar accountable. Superfluid money streams, on the other hand, could support any existing project with availability to turn it on and off, just like closing the water tap. Do not offer just empty promises. Incentivize backers by giving them in-game assets or ERC20 token to use elsewhere in the blockchain ecosystem, all guaranteed by the law of code. And what is the best? We cost your project 5 times less than Kickstarter would. So the same way I gave you this gift, you can afford to be generous to the others. You are welcome. Now, let's look under the hood and create a crowdfunding project with me. Havahohulu. Anyone can set up iSeek project in 5 simple steps. First, select which type of financing would you prefer. Standard type offers Kickstarter-like experience with a full load of blockchain functionality, recommended for visionaries making their blue boards into the reality. Streams, on the other hand, might be preferable for existing projects looking to finance long-term, continuous non-commercial effort, like charity or open-source development. Select a category and subcategory from our list so backers can find you more easily and continue to the next step. Describe briefly your project intention and do not forget to attach official references to your website and socials so backers can explore and evaluate the project in detail. Pick the blockchain where would you like to receive funding resources and enter a minimum funding goal, which is enough to establish your business. Thanks to the Moralis, we can easily store projects' metadata and manage thousands of projects across multiple blockchains. If the funding goal is not reached in a period of 30 days, all resources are returned back to original backers and we will not charge any fee from their donations. You can offer to the backers original rewards, but remember it is up to your responsibility to fulfill reward delivery. There is a way to guarantee rewards by locking blockchain assets into the project. We will get back into that later. If you provided all information correctly, congratulations. You can now create your first crowdfunding project on Polygon, BNB, or Phantom blockchain. Let's take a look from backers' perspective, how they can interact with already created projects. Discover page contains all active projects per logical categories. Let's find some interesting one and display what is inside. Project detail gets all the information from your project, both on-chain and also from Moralis' database. If a backer finds project interesting, he can decide to finance it in 2 ways. Direct donation is a traditional straightforward money transfer from your blockchain wallet to the project's account managed by iSeek smart contract. Microfund is a unique way how to incentivize other backers, following one simple rule. If anyone after me donates with an amount, charge the same amount from my microfund to project's benefit until my microfund is depleted. This concept introduces elements of the game theory, when multiple wealthy backers would rather prefer to deploy microfunds and create more attractive environment for regular backers. As we can see, 20 other users deploy their microfunds into the project. So my $1 donation could cause a chain reaction and provides final amount of $21 to the project. Kids, Santa is slowly on departure. Let's take very briefly look what are we brewing for Christmas right now. Our on-click streams are something we are excited about the most. Would you mind to incentivize your blockchain game? Offer in-game items as rewards. It could be weapon skins, powerful swords, or a currency to buy clothes and look nice in Metaverse. You deserve it. And if that's not enough, check how far we are at www.funding.iseek.org or join our Discord channel. Let's shape the future of Web3 together. Ho ho hula.
Well, there you have it, Moralis. Community members endorsed by Web3 Santa. I seek funding. A really amazing project. I super excited, super interested just watching the demo there, and really impressed with what you guys put together. It looks like it has some heavy composability with other dApps that people may be building. If you haven't built out yet your item distribution system or something like that, I Seek Funding might be able to help you build out that aspect of your dApp without having to introduce a whole new UI layer for that element. What do we think, guys?
Absolutely. So this is kind of project that essentially try to support the other project and the ecosystem. And this is kind of project that essentially, from our perspective, is delivering more value to the community as a whole. And the same with cash out that we saw before, in terms of moving monies back and forth, and especially in the undeveloped financial systems. And this is something that brings more adoption into the system, more adoption into the ecosystem, and as a general, like, serve as enablers for more and more innovations. And from our perspective, this is a great use case, a part of Santa, which is acquired taste, but on the overall, a great value proposition and real use case.
Exactly. I think Phil and Vic has already talked about the project, so I just want to say one more thing. That's like, ho ho hula. The presentation was nice as well.
Amazing. All right, so let's get into our next category here, sustainability. As we can see on the screen, our champion for sustainability in the BNB chain track is Conserve. Let's check out their demo video so we can get a little bit of an insight into what Conserve is all about.
Hello, greetings everyone. Greetings to Team Moralis, Google, and Georges. So it's my pleasure pitching our project concept to the Google DeFi Hackathon. We made it this far. Greetings from my team is actually of our greatest pleasure, So our project today is Concept. So Concept is a decentralized insurance and regulatory platform built under the sustainability category of Binance. So our platform is built to ensure after-use liability of plastics, to promote sustainability of ocean and marine life. All right, so what really inspired our project is the need for ocean cleanup awareness. From our research, over 8 million tons of plastics after use are found in our oceans, because generally most plastics products that are just one-time use, and after usage of these plastics, usually they are not being properly disposed, and they end up in our oceans, affecting marine life and the aquatics. So most insurance companies and projects focused on asset and technology insurance. So what happens to after use liability of these plastics, which we know is a producer responsibility. So this is where our project conserve actually comes in. We are focused on the after-use liability of plastics, which is a producer responsibility of these plastic producing companies. So our insurance is not on assets or technology. Our assets is on the after-use liability of these plastics which are being produced by this company. So what our platform does is we register plastic producing company. So to get your company registered, you can start over here to register company. So you fill in the details about your company. So you proceed to generate your license ID. So when you generate your license ID, okay, as you can see over here, you have a license number. So I'm supposed to test out this function on our test net, but I don't have over $200 BNB over here because that's the ideal insurance fee which we built this project for. So all right, but let's proceed regardless. So how our platform conserve works is our platform registers plastic producing companies with an annual fee of $2,000, not $200, please forgive me, which is split into two by our smart contract call. 50% is locked in a staking pool, as you can see over here, coming back here, and the remaining 50% is used to fund projects on ocean cleanup and marine sustainability. So as I said earlier, our company registers plastic producing companies, and 50% of the insurance fee is locked on our staking pool as security for our insured companies, and 50% is used to fund all projects on ocean cleanup and marine sustainability. So as you can see over here, 50% of the insured fee is staked on the Binance chain of staking pool. So let's say what we have on our total value locked at the moment is 533 BNB, valued at $145,000, and this is the average percentage rate. That's the APR, and this is the daily earning. So this serves more like security for our insured companies. So where we come in is, let's say your company has is being insured on Conserve, and maybe let's say you get a lawsuit, and we can always come in to stand for you because our insurance is focused on after use liability of plastics which your company produces, and that's where our project is focused. And our project was deployed on the Binance chain, and we have a cross chain function on the Azela protocol for functions like withdrawal from Binance to Phantom and Polygon. This was made possible through the Azela protocol. So we have our tech stack. We use Solidity for smart contracts, Vanilla JS for front end, Azela for cross-chain functions, Moralis for contracts call and database, Binance Chain as our main contract, and we cross-chain to Polygon, Mumbai, and Phantom Chain. So thank you and God bless.
Thank you, Conserve, for taking the championship slot in our sustainability category for the BNB track. Great job, guys, and definitely a cool project with some interesting tokenomics. Wish you guys well in your ongoing development. Shiv and Vic, did you have anything to add?
I guess from our perspective, this is, besides that this is a sustainability project and improves the environment, there is also an interesting DeFi integration with the staking pool, and so it's not only gives you the vanilla capabilities of environment sustainability, but also creates an interesting and sustainable business case combining this DeFi staking. It's also, as you can see, it's not insane overvalued API. So this is something that is manageable. This can be introduced to pension funds. This is overall a stable, good product. And from our perspective as a BNB chain, we also always strive to make try to make an impact, an actual impact on the ecosystem and also on the planet Earth. So also, like from my perspective, less into the carbon credit like kind of schemes, but more into like actual impact that you can see, that you can measure, and try to build innovation and naturally to support entrepreneurs inside of this. It's a difficult domain, not a lot of people want to go there because there is a dry investment ecosystem there, so it's very difficult to gain also like funding. So from our perspective, building an interesting use case, and naturally it needs refinement around the insurance part. So this is a difficult topic by itself, but the overall idea of combining sustainability and DeFi and to build a sustainable business model, it's something that is very honorable and deserves first prize for sure.
Absolutely. I agree. And in watching the demo, it feels to me a lot like the foundations of what might one day become a blockchain endowment. I don't know if endowments are common everywhere in the world, but they probably are. But in the United States, especially where we famously don't have free education for everybody, the vast majority of private scholarships come from endowments of different types. And so, it could be that a project like this, should it gain traction and funding from wealthy venture, or I should say wealthy charitable persons, then what we can end up with at the end of the day is basically a charity machine that continually pays out to good initiatives, focusing of course on their objectives, talking about clean water and plastic recycling as opposed to ending up in the oceans and things like that. All really exciting initiatives. And in traditional finance, how have we reached those levels of success in charity? And oftentimes it's through proper organization and proper management of funds in the long term. And I'll remind everybody, anytime I say long term and I'm talking about financing, I'm talking about 50 plus years. So, what kind of dApps are going to play a major role in environmental sustainability in 50 years? I don't know, but this looks to me like the foundations of exactly what we need in the long term. All right, moving on from that, we've got JobZura up next. Let me pull up the video for them and we'll hop right into it.
We are building JobZura, a decentralized marketplace for Web3 jobs. A Web3 marketplace where you can log in with MetaMask and pay with crypto to hire your next freelancer for the project that you're building, or to find the next job that you're looking for. So let me dive into the project and show you around. So this is our application at app.jobzura.com, and you can start by going to Find Talent and browse by project. So basically, you can search by the skills that you're looking for. Say you're looking for a, backend developer. Then you can select the job, and basically you can purchase the service. So currently we do support Binance Smart Chain and Matic. So this one is on Binance Smart Chain in BNB, and you simply go click and you purchase it. MetaMask pop-up will show up and will ask you to change the network to Binance Smart Chain, and after this it will ask you to pay the amount. And after you pay, you should, once the transaction is confirmed on the blockchain, basically we're using Moralis streams to populate our database, and from then we'll be able to see this in our orders. All right, be done. Under orders, yeah, this is one. Now the seller on the other side will have to accept the service. Since I do believe this was created by the same account, pop in here. So it's waiting for confirmation. Then the seller will accept. And once the seller accepts, then the contract is in progress. The work is being carried out. And then basically there's this whole system. So the process is the buyer buys the service. It creates a smart contract on the blockchain. Then the seller needs to accept the work. And from that point, there's a certain time how much the delivery should be. Now this demo is set to 1 day. And after this time, what there are a few options basically. Now the buyer can confirm the delivery, so the work was being carried out, or that the work wasn't being carried out, and then the buyer raises a dispute, and then we need to solve the dispute. On the other hand, the seller, after the service is completed and time runs out, the seller can claim the funds, and there is a certain grace period between the time to delivery, say 1 day, and then another, say 1 day, a grace period after which the seller can claim the funds. Or if the seller sees that he or she is unable to fulfill on the order, they can simply cancel the order and return the funds. Funds are always in the smart contract and are not controlled by a central entity like us. So there is full transparency what is happening with the funds at any given time. And the plan is further down the line to decentralize the voting on the disputes. So basically, when there's a dispute between a buyer and a seller, in the current state, we are solving this issue from a centralized perspective. However, down the line, we want to decentralize and make this a whole protocol where people will be staking and voting on the decisions. A few other interesting features of the platform, maybe because we still have a minute or so. You can also message the seller, and this will open up a messaging chat box. So you can say, hey. You can attach photos and so on. So basically, you will be discussing with the buyer and seller and maybe show proofs and so on. We are working on a couple of things, still to add quite a lot. So yeah, this hackathon was amazing, and we're really looking forward to keep developing the platform, keep adding new features, yeah, and actually bring it to market and get the first users on, hopefully this week.
Phil, you're on mute.
Thank you for that, Shiv. Great work to
Yeah.
Job Zero for taking the first runner-up prize in the sustainability category for the BNB track. Really, really cool. You know, it's always exciting when we see Web3 versions of important and very useful dApps. I mean, this would be, and correct me if I'm wrong here, Shiv, but this seems a lot like Fiverr in Web 2. Am I right?
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
You could say Fiverr, you could say Upwork, and the freelancer.com sites. Yeah.
Exactly. But being able to do that trustlessly and then combining with our Web3 identities, which we can, compose and define in various different ways through different services. I'm not going to get into that a whole lot right now, but I mean, that is the future at the end of the day. So awesome work,
Exactly.
Job Zero. Vic, did you have anything to add?
From my perspective, this is more than a job site. So this is it goes beyond Fiverr in terms of let's not advertise it too much here. So go to Job Zero, not Fiverr. So the whole concept of conflict resolution is something that it's an interesting aspect here that has been introduced as a side feature, but and as its own, it deserves to be like a system as its own. As I guess we all know that the project management, like project development, is has a lot of conflicts, and it not necessarily scams, but rather like miscommunication or any other issues. And having this money in the vault transparent, already designated, so it also creates trust. And the most interesting feature is essentially this kind of like built-in mediation process, which maybe DAO is too transparent, but if like to refine it from the business case, that any one of the certificated sort of like mediators come alone and receives 10% of the stake of the conflicted project price. So this is something that is very interesting use case, and it clearly can be combined with authorized mediators, and there are plenty of certifications around from different parties around the globe. So it can combine those kind of party, and to create sort of like a marketplace, both for developers, both for project owners, and also for the mediators. And for all of this to work sort of like in a decentralized, trustless way. And it's an amazing use case.
Wonderful, wonderful. I agree completely. That's one of the major advantages to Web3 is when we even if we do something as simple as duplicating something that already exists but adding Web3 aspects to it, we immediately introduce the option to combine that with whatever else is in the same DeFi ecosystem. And that's hugely important and going to play a huge role going forward. So great job to JobZura for building a cool and working proof of concept there, and ready to go dApp. Congratulations, guys. Moving on from that, we have Kanal next. Hold this up here.
I'm a data scientist, and today I'll be presenting Kanal, a Web3 data services provider. So starting off with the problem, what do AI and Web3 have in common? So these are two very popular fields that are growing very quickly and kind of giving us a glimpse into what the future will look like. However, they're also both very prone to being overhyped. And with this, there's two ideas that we kind of want to focus on today. The first is that AI is inherently very data hungry. And the second is within Web3, how can we find impactful use cases in daily life? So breaking down a few concepts. First is data. What do we own? So data is actually the lifeblood of many enterprises, and it's what fuels AI models. So without data, AI has nothing to learn from. And without representative data, AI is prone to bias. So by giving people the ability to prove ownership of their own data, power and control is inherently given back to the people. And so with NFTs, so one thing I'd like to consider is what's actually important to own, because I think one thing that's commonly overlooked is what kind of assets are actually important to prove ownership of. And one of the most fundamental examples that we think this starts with is personal data. And lastly is ownership. What does that actually mean to own something? And giving people control over their own data gives them fundamental control over one of their most important personal assets. And this can incentivize or even require enterprises to use data responsibility and also empower users of platforms by being able to control access to their own data. And one quote that I think encapsulates everything is, who will teach Silicon Valley to be more ethical? And perhaps the solution isn't to teach Silicon Valley to be more ethical, rather align kind of ethics and the company values in the same direction, so that ethics can be achieved while accomplishing business goals. So moving on to data ownership. So there's different levels of ownership, and this is inspired by the 4 classical rights associated with ownership. First is possession, so right to possess your own data. Second is usage. Third is right to dispose of your own personal data, so like unplugging from platforms and removing your data. And fourth is right to get value from personal data. I'm kind of extrapolating a bit. There's 2 important bits to this. One is user and identity management, so controlling who is actually able to access and use your data. And the second is encryption and zero knowledge, so using different kinds of proofs to make sure that you can unplug, you can truly unplug your data from different platforms. So moving on to data accessibility. So as we all know, blockchains are very data heavy, and the ability for users to read, transform, and extract value from data is going to pave the way for endless applications and use cases in Web3. However, we do think that in the context of Web3, data accessibility boils down to two things. The first is ease of access, because as we all know, blockchains promote transparency, and all the data is accessible to the public. However, for the vast majority of people, this data is as good as private. So Canal seeks to build out the tools that would allow everyday people to access blockchain related information. And second is ease of processing. So actually getting the data into a format that's useful and perhaps more insightful than the raw data, such as some sort of ML prediction models, sentiment analysis, and so on. So moving on to our solution. Our goal and vision is a suite of modularized scalable services, because with data solutions, there's no one-size-fits-all solution. And being able to provide modularized services will basically allow us to architect solutions for individual and enterprise use cases. So we've created one example pipeline just to show how everything would work. So this example is a proprietary real-time DeFi trading signal. So the first block you would implement would be some sort of data ingestion block that could pull raw data from the blockchain, followed by like a real-time processing unit that allows you to apply some sort of machine learning or transformation, basically some sort of piece of code to transform our information into some sort of signal that could be potentially more important or more useful. And so, of course, these would have to be then stored in some sort of data storage service. So it could be, like a partition and distributed database. And this data would then be accessible through an endpoint. So allowing users to query or access the data. So, this could be through things like dashboards or even like HTTP endpoints or oracles. And of course, there's kind of one side chain here, which is data access. So actually managing who gets to see your data. And we've tried to implement kind of a proof of concept of a couple of these data blocks, which we'll move into next. So to kind of show you some of the functionality we built. So to kind of show you some of the functionality we built out here, we have a URL, a webhook URL that we set up that we just input into our Moralis stream here. And this pretty much is just giving us Phantom, Matic, and BNB transactions. So we activate the stream. And then the second part of this is setting up basically is this SQL query. Well, while we wait for this to start, pretty much what this will give us is this SQL query right here. So we're ingesting the Moralis streams in real time. So as you can see here, now that our application's up and running, we've discovered the schema of the input. And so pretty much based on the SQL, back to us after transformation. So here we can see for the last couple of minutes, every 10 seconds, it's been giving us the sum of all the transactions for our tokens that we put in. And also you can implement more advanced functionality, such as deploying different sentiment analysis or machine learning models, and that can all be injected with different Python code. So now moving on to kind of like an authentication and identity access module. Here you can see we have a list of addresses that we've chosen to be authorized, and we've uploaded this into our application. And then so now here we can see if I try to connect my MetaMask account and get data from this endpoint, it says unauthorized account. Why? Because I'm actually on a second account here, which is just labeled wrong account. But now if we go back to our first account, which is actually authorized in the JSON I just showed you, and we reconnect that, now when we press get data, we're able to get data from this API. And we do this by making a call to a custom Merkle API that generates a Merkle proof to verify that the wallet or the wallet address that's being used is one that was given permission by the owner of the data stream. So moving on to our roadmap, we plan to expand with a 4-stage incremental phase plan, basically where it can grow from a set of core features into kind of like an AWS scale data service provider that sits at the intersection of AI and Web3. So the first phase would be development, so building out core functionality for key modules such as data ingestion, data access, and data storage, and endpoints, of course. Second stage would be prototyping, so implementing the first initial and potentially simpler use cases for more niche markets to demonstrate some sort of product market fit. The third stage would be introducing more advanced functionality, such as improving scalability, introducing more advanced features like real-time machine learning and continuous queries. And then the fourth stage would be growth, which is trying to basically push for mass market adoption and use our suite of modularized and scalable services to architect solutions for a wide range of individual and enterprise projects. Thanks for listening.
All right. And thank you to Kanal for their presentation here today. And also, congratulations for taking the second runner-up prize in the sustainability category for B&B Chain. Really, really cool stuff again. And cool to see how, we're handling these private data and specific owner data situations in a world where we're moving to world computing, where we're all competing and participating in the same network. How do we maintain autonomy through all that in areas where we need to? And this is a very compelling solution for that. So I'm super excited to see where that goes. Anything to add, Shiv or Vic, on that?
Absolutely. So this specific product, Canal, and also the idea around data privacy, it's not new in a way that there has been some involvement in the government, GDPR, everything around personal identifiable information, but yet in the interesting factor is that sort of like the blockchain as itself was not very well built for the real use cases. It is an idealistic world where everything is transparent and everything is like accepted by everyone, but in reality, where there is a lot of regulation and there is a lot of people who don't want to share this level of transparency, these two worlds begin to clash. And in order to gain more traction and more growth in the blockchain ecosystem, and eventually to be accepted by the governments, by the local communities, by minorities, special groups that don't or persecuted by the government or by whatever regime they are into. This kind of privacy is essential and fundamental features, and so Canal is a good example of bridging the gap between the real world and the blockchain, and this is why it deserves its place.
Wonderful, wonderful. I agree completely. And just so we keep things moving along here, I'm going to hop right into the Arcade Chain video presentation. Arcade Chain is our champion in the social and entertainment category.
From Arcade Chain, and it is my great pleasure to present to you what we've been working on for the last 6 weeks. So for those who don't know us yet, let me just start with shortly introducing who we are and sharing with you our vision. So Arcade Chain is a game platform. We're building engaging and fun small to medium-sized games, and we're gonna use NFTs to enhance the in-game experience where it is appropriate for the game. Okay, the main point we think differentiate us from the rest, or for the most of the crypto gaming industry, is the usage of stablecoin, and this is for both in-game fees and winnings. So the players are able to use the tokens they already hold, and the tokens then they trust, and the tokens that don't lose on value in this bear market. So this is very convenient for the players. To even further lower the bar into getting into crypto in general, we introduced onboarding page where you could purchase crypto using your credit card essentially, and or swap your crypto, swap you already crypto you already hold into the ACT token, which I'm gonna talk about soon. So the idea is the users playing games, the players playing games and paying the fees for doing so, and those fees get accumulated in a central location, central smart contract. We call it treasury, okay? And the whole idea is now that we want to redistribute this accumulated stablecoin on back to the ACT holders. So there are two conditions that a user need to meet in order to being able to participate in a weekly token redistribution. For one, they need to hold some token, some ACT token, and we take weekly average of that token into consideration to calculate the weight that the share of that treasury balance for that specific user. And the other condition, they essentially need to play one round of one game that week to be able to be considered for the rewards. So there is no need for stacking, there is no need for vesting. Essentially, there is no need to freeze you assets. You are free to sell, buy as much as ACT as you want when you want it. We don't mind. We think it's more fair system that way. And you also you don't need to do anything special to collect the winnings. You don't need to remember to go here and collect them. As long as you meet both criteria of holding ACT token and playing our game once a week, we will send you rewards directly to your wallet. And again, just to emphasize that those winnings, those rewards are coming in the stablecoin as well. Okay, there are two different. Before we calculate what is the treasury balance, there are two other things that happen. So first thing during the weekly calculation is that we use around 3% of the current treasury balance, and we swap that stablecoin for our ACT token on the market, and we burn it. So that is to positively influence the price of the token, making sure that the deflationary nature of token itself. And secondly, after we burn a 3% of our token, we are taking 10% of what's remaining from that to and distribute that to one lucky winner of the golden ticket. Okay, so what happens there is for every game, for every single round played by players that hold both ACT token and played, for every round they play, they have one entry to win a golden ticket, and a golden ticket carries 10% of the weekly treasure balance. Okay, and the rest of it is distributed between all the ACT holders, and how much each gets is weighted on how much on average of ACT token that they hold.
All right. Thank you for that presentation, Arcade Chain. Coming up next, we have FFM Publishing. And before we get into that, I did want to say I really like the aspect of Arcade Chain where you don't have to stake the tokens you're holding. That it does, if I'm not mistaken here, because I haven't looked at the code personally, but I believe that's taking advantage of our token gating function, where it checks your wallet to make sure you're holding a certain quantity of tokens and then allows you access to the dApp on the basis of that without actually having to move those tokens from your wallet. So that's an exciting thing, especially when, there's no real need to do anything with the tokens. We're really just trying to indicate whether or not the account has authorization to use the higher functions of the dApp. Really, really cool. Anything to add, Shiv or Vic, on that?
Yeah, so again, like very interesting use case to engage the community, like this kind of like conditional checking if the users are engaged with the games and what kind of games. So this creates a lot of opportunities for different business cases and a lot of ideas for other games, how to use both what kind of launch pads to use and also to integrate the capabilities into their own game. So from our perspective, very interesting, and unique use case.
Absolutely. Shiv, anything more to add while I'm pulling up FFM Publishing here as our first runner-up?
No, I think I'll go. I'm all good, but it's really interesting to see projects around the game and the entertainment aspect as well.
Saw a note in the chat about the logo. Really cool use of the H to make a chain-like logo on there. I agree. I think that's very cool. Branding is important as we're looking to attract mainstream customers. All right. Moving on from that, we have FFM Publishing.
Hi, everybody. Welcome from UCLA. My name is David McFadden, and I'm a professor here. This is our decentralized pay-per-view newspaper based on the Moralis Medium clone and using a smart contract that is designed gradually for a DAO. And at the end of the video, you'll see an ongoing search component that's not quite yet production ready. It searches by contract events, such as the most active articles, but in the meantime, enjoy this walkthrough.
Got some nice background music.
Exactly.
Very nice work, FFM Publishing. I really like what we saw there. You know, at Moralis, we have a research outlet that I work with producing content for every week. And actually, most of the content is written by my research team that I lead, so not by me personally. Siegfried being the chief member of that team right now. And the point in all of that is I would love to have something like this for our own research page, which is a paid page, but to have these options and to really move into Web3 with pay-to-view content. Very cool stuff. I really like it. Over to you, Shiv and Vic.
As long as it published on the BNB chain, it is great to be used by Moralis as well.
Yeah.
Very interesting native Web3 use case. If you remember in one of the workshops that we had about the paradigm shift between the Web2 or sort of like recurrent model and to the Web3 where we have to pay for the gas. So this use case shows very like both intuitive and also useful use case how to combine Web3 like gas fee into the actual business model, and so it feels both natural and you don't have like to reinvent the wheel or something like this. It just feels natural. And the use case itself, you already like Phil mentioned that this is something that can be used throughout the industry, also like by certain social medias companies that now are looking through for new revenue models. So this is something that is definitely, we see this kind of use case to pop up more and more throughout the entertainment and especially the publishing domain.
Exactly, and not just about like the normal traditional publishing, though it does solve a lot of issues in the normal traditional publishing, but this can also help the bloggers. Like they could post like written blog content and stuff from here, and this will really like level up the financial aspects of those. And yeah, in traditional media, like imagine like if you have some really crazy news that's gonna like change the world's paradigms or something like that, you cannot just go and talk about it. But let's say you come anonymously, just you make a random wallet, you share about it, you get paid for the work that you do, and it's much better. So yeah, really great work by FFM. Big shout out.
Absolutely. All right, moving on to the next one here, we have Talent Musica, which will be our last award for the BNB chain prize tracks. So sit back and let's enjoy that presentation.
Hi everyone, my name is Augustine and I'm here representing Team Talent Musica. I want to demo this project which submitted to Moralis X Google Cloud. The project was built and deployed to BSC testnet, and let's go ahead and see what it does. Talent Musica, it is an on-chain music talent hunt. This is where blockchain meets music talent. New talents comes here and onboard themselves into their journey to fame. So how do we go about it? As you can see, this is the site. You click on Connect Wallet. We used Moralis login. It signs you in, and as you are logged in, it ushers you into the talent marketplace. So this is where other music talents that have been submitted is pulled out from the blockchain. This is actually stored on IPFS, and the metadata URL stored on the BSC blockchain. So how do we go about it? Let's look at randomly pick. Okay, let's see this. So a user comes, pick any of the video, and the video detail loads in the viewing pane here where you watch. You click on your play button, So as we all can see, we watch the video. If you like it as a producer, if you like it as a promoter, or any music director who sees that this talent is promising, you can use his Twitter handle and get in contact with such a person, and you can continue there. If as a new talent, how do you go about it? Okay, we have other buttons here where we can send message directly using SMTP messaging platform. You can leave a comment that will show under the video, and you can stream live. Streaming live, if you don't want to record and upload using our new music page here, you can stream live where people can watch you live, and you stream using the go live link here. So here I can now enter my details. If I am a new person, I want to onboard, I have a particular song probably I think that people might get interested in, and I have to upload it. Let me give it a name. So title of song, all right, Twitter handle. So I can select the video file. So if this is the video file, once I've done that, I click on upload. So once I click on upload, it's uploads to IPFS, and then once it returns the metadata URL, it sends it to the BSC blockchain, and it gets stored there. And once it's stored there, it opens in the Explore for all of us. I also use the power of Moralis to create my NFT dashboard, which actually pulls out different kind of NFTs that I have on in my wallet. So that happens with my NFT. So once I clicks on my NFT, it checks your wallet address and fetch NFTs that you have in the wallet. If you don't have, then nothing will be pulled out. Good. This address, you can see the NFTs it have. But these are the NFTs available on this wallet address, and we hope to create our community, so you can join our community on Discord, which we are working on, and more are coming. Thank you. If you love the project, and please give us thumbs up. We have much more intention to push it to mainnet. Thank you, and you will be the next big star. I will be the next big star.
Okay, Phil, you're on mute.
Thank you for that, Chip. And thank you to Talent Musica for that wonderful presentation. We are here wrapping up our BNB chain prize tracks. Now, we have more prizes to go through here. So we are maybe about halfway through at this point. But I want to take this time to thank BNB Chain, to thank Vic for joining us today during the awards ceremony and providing some input from their team. It's been a genuine pleasure having you on various workshops throughout the past couple of months and doing this hackathon with you guys. And I don't have anything new to announce yet, but we're just looking forward to the next time that we're going to do something with BNB Chain, because we loved working with you guys, and really was a great experience for us as well as our community.
Absolutely. Same for us. And for me especially. So working with Moralis and with Phil and Shiv was a pleasure, and also looking through the projects, the ones have been nominated and the ones have participated. It was very interesting. A lot of projects. Naturally, we had to pick the winners, but most of the projects were very interesting. And from our perspective, like we do these hackathons, but we also plan and like hope for the projects not only to participate in hackathons but also later on to build the business around it. This is why we are looking for sustainable models, business models behind that, so that this can actually grow into business and into a company with a value proposition and the ecosystem around these companies. And as I said previously, we do have various programs for the projects. So even if you haven't been selected to the as a winner, feel free to participate in one of our projects, may it be MVP that comes now, or any other projects and programs throughout the year on different tracks. So this is you are always welcome, and thank you again for coming and taking your time to contribute to this hackathon and to develop on the BNB chain.
Exactly.
Thank you, Vic.
Yeah, thank you, Vic, for coming up and giving more idea around the project, like why you choose those as the winners. Because I'm sure, like all the other projects which you shared, right, like all the other great projects, they will also have some more insights, like what was the edge that they could build in the next time. So thank you for your time.
Thank you very much as well.
All right. Well, we'll see Vic on the next opportunity we have to work with BNB Chain. And moving on from there, I have coming up next Phantom prizes. The full prize information for Phantom is just around the corner. Shiv, are we ready?
Exactly. We are ready.
We are ready. All right. So let me get our applause track ready here. And here they are. All right, beautiful. So who do we have first? PDC Finance. Now, PDC Finance, we have not yet seen a stream from. So what I'm careful to do here for everyone is to make sure that any streams that we have already shown, any videos that we've already shown, that we don't repeat in order to save time and make sure that we give the maximum exposure to each one. So just 1 second here while I prepare our first video here, and also ensure, and I believe that is not one that we've already showcased. So, all right. And this is under the TradFi meets DeFi category. PDC Finance is the champion. I'm going to go over the second chance here in just a little bit, but before we do that, let's get into this presentation.
Hi, hello, and welcome to Defining DeFi Hackathon Project Submission. We had made PDC Finance for Moralis Google Defining DeFi Hackathon. My name is Venkatesh. I had teamed up with Manish for building this project. I have over 15 years of experience in finance and trading, and 2 years of experience in blockchain development, and I have interest in DeFi development. And Manish Kumar Anna has helped me in the front-end development. What is PDC Finance? The normal cryptocurrency payments can be made through the MetaMask or any wallets. The post-dated cryptocurrency payments, it requires some IT infrastructure, because the smart contracts cannot trigger a transaction based on a future events. Historically, it needs a cron job or any sort of IT infrastructure to do the future dated transactions. PDC Finance utilizes the decentralized Gelato automation module. Thereby, PDC Finance abstracts away the requirement of maintaining a cumbersome IT infrastructure by the user, and it leverages Gelato's decentralized bots and provides a decentralized platform for institutions and individuals to make a fully decentralized post-dated cryptocurrency payment module. And then also, PDC Finance is providing a uncollateralized borrowing and lending platform based on assignment of future cash flows from PDC. We will explain this one in the later slides. Below are the sponsored technology used. Moralis servers to sync smart contract events and display in front end. Covalent APIs are used in fetching ERC20 and ERC721 token balances in wallets and contracts. Smart contracts has been deployed in Polygon Mumbai, Binance Mainnet, Phantom Mainnet. We have chosen to deploy it on the Binance and Phantom Mainnet because our dependent protocol, Gelato, has deployments only in Binance and Phantom Mainnets, but these contracts are not yet audited. These are all the hackathon tracks: Polygon track, Best Verified App, BNB track, Traditional Finance, Phantom track, TradeFi meets DeFi. This is the app review. Let's go to our app web front end. This is our homepage of PDC Finance. We are entering the app, and as soon as we enter the app, this is our MetaMask connected account, and we are on the Polygon Mumbai. We need to create a PDC contract account, meaning we need to create a contract account here. Once we creating the PDC contract account, it has the functionality to do the post-dated cryptocurrency payment. Let's sign the MetaMask transaction for signing the PDC, contract. Yeah, now we got the PDC contract account has been created, meaning this MetaMask account has created a smart contract account. Now this is kind of a wallet account where the user can deposit the token on Matic or any of the native balances. They can deposit from here, and from this smart contract account, this is a smart contract account. From this smart contract account, the user can make a post-dated cryptocurrency payment. For example, for this we have created a test token, and then we let us take another address for the recipient. Let's enter some 100 test tokens. Let's give it some date and time, because the PDC is we can give it a date and time for it. For example, in this the local time is around 1:24 a.m. Let us do it after 5 minutes, which is around 1:30 a.m. and then we will come and see whether it is so we are going to make a payment now. As of now, the smart contract don't have any balances, but we are initiating a post-dated cryptocurrency payment that after 1:30 local time here. Now it is 1:24, another 6 minutes are there. This we are doing it for a demo. We can do it for 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, or whatever the time. So now with this thing, we are going to create a PDC, like a post-dated crypto payment commitments. The point to be noted is when we are creating such commitment, there was no token balances here. But one point to be noted, before the due date time, like 1:30, the contract should have these balances like 100. Similar to how our check operates in our traditional finance. When we are writing a check, nobody is going to check what is the balance in our bank account. But when the check is being presented in the bank account, there should be a money in the account. Similar to that concept. Let's create PDC and let's sign the transaction. And over here, once we had signed the PDC, create PDC, and then the transaction went through, we can see it on the Polygon scan. The PDC smart contract has created a on-chain NFT to represent the post-dated crypto payment commitments has been made. This can be viewed on the OpenSea like this. This is a fully on-chain NFT. Okay, this is what happens when you ask a accountant or finance guy to make an on-chain NFT design. Okay, so apart from the design, this is fully made on-chain, and this is how it is being seen on the OpenSea. Now, since it is on the OpenSea or any other kind of NFT marketplace, the 311E, the address which is holding the PDC, they can transfer this PDC to somebody else if they want the money. For example, like 7182 is, for example, is a company. and then they had made 100 test tokens for 311E. And then if 311E needs some money in between, they can transfer this in any of the marketplace for 95 test token or $95 or anything. And then during the payment time, the PDC smart contract will automatically transfer the payment to the owner of this NFT. Thereby, it is also creating a decentralized, uncollateralized lending and borrowing marketplace. Now, let us see the transaction executed thing, whether on that particular due date time, the payment has gone through or what. Let us find it out now. Let us refresh presentation. This is the how it works screen. We had already seen it on the live app. Okay, now let us coming back to the PPT. Okay, now let us going back to the PPT. Okay. Okay, now let's going back to the PPT. The same thing we had seen there. The vendor creates okay, now let's go back to the PPT and one recap. Okay, now going back to the PPT. This is how it works. We had seen it on the live demo on the application. The PDC marketplace is a real alternative financing way. Okay, now let's continue on the PPT. The how it works module, we had seen it on the live demo, and how the PDC marketplace. PDC marketplace is similar to the OpenSea, which we are developing right now. Because one of the main point we wanted to develop a separate marketplace is like we had seen on the OpenSea. The items can be sold and bought for the native cryptocurrencies, either the Matic or the ETH or something like that. But we want to make a marketplace whereby the NFTs or also the particularly the PDC posted committed on-chain SVG NFTs to be bought and sold on the basis of fiat currencies, on the basis of stable coin. Because the finance team always likes the stable currencies. The price of it going up and down, it will be difficult for the finance teams to comprehend in their financial books. For example, if somebody is giving a 10,000 DAI, it will be difficult for them to sell it on the ETH and then to book it on the ETH So better, we want to have a marketplace where the sale and the transaction can happen on the marketplace on the stablecoin itself. So after the hackathon also, we are committed to continue work on this project. And then we believe continuing to educating and providing the right tools for the institutional finance teams are the first step in taking the DeFi to the institutions or the corporates. PDC Finance talks in the terms of traditional finance language, understands their needs, and provides a holistic platform for the best utilization of the DeFi protocols. The revenue source for the PDC Finance is coming from the PDC marketplace, where once the marketplace, anybody, they trade on the PDC NFT, the PDC marketplace can charge a fee similar to the OpenSea is charging the fee when the NFT is being traded. That would be the source of revenue for the PDC Finance dApp. Coming to the market size, as per the Vantage Market Research, the B2B global payment market was valued at $903 billion. So it is such a big market, and then we are trying to tap a small market size in the initial times. This is our go-to-market strategy. We are looking to build the robust app in the Q1 of 2023, and then to do the smart contract audits, and then to do the alpha launch on Q1 2023. The mainland launch we are looking forward in Q2 of 2023. We are looking forward to support from our sponsors to build the PDC Finance and bring a mass adaptation to the DeFi. Thank you for your time. Gracias.
All right. Great presentation from PDC Finance. I'll let everybody on the stream follow up more directly with PDC Finance since that was such a long presentation, but really cool stuff with tokenization of post-dated checks and creating a marketplace for that. I can definitely see the utility here as well as the opportunities. So hoping to hear more on that. Great roadmap as well. So hopefully we can deliver on some of those points. And so let's get into these second chances. What are these second chances all about? Well, I'm here to tell you. Phantom put out a TradFi meets DeFi category. They only received one submission, which was PDC Finance. That means the other two bounties are still available to claim. We are going to open up these bounties until the 19th of this month. Now, I have a few from some other sponsors that we're going to be introducing as well. The total is not huge. We're talking about less than 10% of the total pool. So it's a small amount, but to the people who win those bounties, which are still open, it could make a big difference for you. They are open to all registered hackathon participants, regardless of whether you submitted something at the close or not. If you registered at the beginning of the hackathon, second chances are available to you. So this is money on the table, literally sitting there. You just need to go and seize it. So my recommendation to you, if you know that you built a TradFi meets DeFi dApp, but you didn't take the time to deploy it to Phantom, next 2 weeks is your opportunity to do that in order to snag that prize. I know we had less submissions on the Phantom track than we had on the other sponsors, so I'm hoping that some of us will be able to diversify and snag a little bit more prize money before the end of this event. So this is the official holiday overtime second chance opportunity for all registered participants to Moralis and Google Defining DeFi. Everybody is eligible for this. And all you need to do is fulfill the category with a quality dApp. If you already have a quality dApp, it might be as simple as just deploying it to Phantom so it introduces eligibility on that chain. I'm going to leave that up to you guys for where you go specifically on that, but that challenge is officially out there. I'm going to keep reminding about it throughout the rest of the stream as we come to more second chance opportunities. Okay, so that means any of you who on the last week decided, you know what, I'm not going to turn my in because I don't think I'll win something. Now is your chance to turn that in, maybe make some final little tweaks. You've got a couple of weeks here. I'm setting the deadline as the 19th, and we will have a submission form up for that by the end of this week. That said, let's get back into our prizes here. Crossfarm is our champion on the DeFi++ category. Let's check out their presentation before we do anything else.
Hi there, this is CrossFarm. CrossFarm is automated cross-chain ETH aggregator with Axela. So let's get started. So this is the ETH aggregator with multi-chain. So user can see each and every chain's information, and user can check best rate throughout the all chains. But the user paying of this, so user have to do 2 to 3 transactions to get the token bridged to the desired chain and deposit into the ETH aggregator. So simply the waiting time is too long. And then this cross farm is automated cross-chain ETH aggregator. So this enables user to have just one transaction for bridge and deposit or bridge and withdraw, and using Axela as internal messaging protocol. So this is the cross-chain architecture, and this process is combined into just one transaction. Okay, so let's do the demo. The cross-farm is old cross-chain ETH aggregator with Axela. So let's get started. And here's your land. And on this land, you can see your staking information. But the main part of this product is cross-chain automation with Axela. And I connect MetaMask. And then I choose USDC, and this is a test token used in the Axela. And I put 0.1 for the bridge. Okay, so here I'm connecting the Glory network, and I can send a token to BNB or Phantom or Polygon. In this demo, let me try BNB. And then this is the preview of the transaction. So I'm going to send 0.1 USDC from Glory to BNB and using the Axela as a bridge protocol. And then expected APY in the target chain is this rate. So let me confirm. Okay. And this part, let me check the console here. And this is the MetaMask prompt. So this is the first transaction for approving. Okay, then they ask you to send the gas fee and also request you to bridge the token from source chain to target chain. And let me confirm the transaction. Okay. Okay, so congratulations. So we send the cross-chain staking transaction with Axela. Let me check the transaction. So I can see the transaction in the Glory Network Explorer like this. And Axela provides the Explorer to track the cross-chain transaction here like this. So this is the cross-chain messaging transaction status. Okay, so this transaction is about from source chain Glory to BNB testnet chain, and the contract call is succeeded because this transaction hash is about the transaction which I showed previously. This is already having the contract call succeed and the gas paid succeed. Okay, now the transaction is confirmed by Axela and confirmed in the destination chain too. So we can check the execution transaction history in the destination chain like this. In one transaction, we can complete all processes to get the token deposited in the destination chain. And now we have staked token in a BNB testnet, and we can also do the harvesting like this. And for the harvest, we can also do the automated cross-chain bridging transaction too. Okay, so this is about cross-farm. Okay, so this is the roadmap. So we are going to add more ETH aggregator. So because this is the most important part for making revenue, so business model. And also we want to bring more gamification on this cross-chain bridge. We want to make cross-chain more fun, not boring, not pain, just fun. We can use town or country for the metaphor of cross-chain, and each and every country has different vegetable, fruit. This kind of gamification we can build on the ETH aggregator with cross-chain bridge. So please stay tuned. Okay, thank you so much. This is CrossFarm, and I hope you like my project. Thank you so much again. See you.
Amazing. Thank you for that, Cross Farm. I'm really excited to see staking projects that like that are getting, experimental a bit with what they're doing and trying to produce new utility that hasn't been there before. You know, what we partner with companies like Axelar because we want to see dApps like this. We want to see dApps that push the limits, like assets on one chain staking and earning on another. Like that's next level. And to see that capitalized here, amazing work to Cross Farm. Coming up on our runner-up, we've got Banana Pay again. So I'm not going to show the demo video again for that. If you're just joining us now, there's a demo video of Banana Pay at the very beginning of our stream. So feel free to check that in the rebroadcast or in the recording of this stream. Let's move on to Dash here. Congratulations to Banana Pay for first runner-up in that category. Second runner-up is Dash, and we've got their presentation right here.
I'm here representing Team Razor. The name of my project is Dash. So Dash is a peer-to-peer lending application. You can think of Dash like a messaging application where you have lists of your friends that you chat. But in Dash, your friends are people that can borrow money from you or that you can lend money to. So there are some information there to learn more about the project, but for the sake of time, I'm just going to interact with the app and see how it works. So click on Launch App, and you have to accept the sign-in request from the MetaMask, and yeah, I'm going to connect to this account. So this project is running on Phantom, and you are Phantom testnet, so you are required to have some Phantom test token to interact with our smart contracts. So yeah, so I'm going to create new accounts. So two accounts actually, one that will be creating liquidity of loans, and the second account that will be taking from the liquidity. So I'm going to click on the profile, and I have to enter some information. So I will skip this. So yeah, so I entered some information here. So I used lender as the account, so it can be explicit enough for this demonstration. So I'm just going to update the profile. So we have used Phantom for a main purpose because its gas fee is very low, and which is very essential for this type of decentralized app, because this is a loan app. You have to take loan and repay. So if you are repaying loan, you are supposed to have a very low transaction fee. You don't expect a good experience when you have to pay a much transaction fee for paying back loans that has interest. So that's the main reason we have used Phantom for this project. So I want to add some liquidity. So I want to mint this token so I can use it to provide liquidity. So Phantom will Dash will support stable coins. Loan interest will be paid with the Dash token. So I'm going to go to the faucet to mint some of these test tokens, and I'll go to /faucet. We have 5,000 FUSD, which is fed by the Covalent API. Very quick. And okay, now we have to create a new account, a second account that will be taking loan from the liquidity that we provided. So let's create the liquidity first and create the second account. So from the amount I minted, I will be adding 4,000 FUSD, and interest will be 10,000 Dash per hour. So when a user take loan from a contact takes loan from this liquidity, they will be charged 10,000 Dash per 24 hour per day. We have to go back to the first account to add this contact to our contact list. So very quick, new contact, and search for them in that, and add the user. So confirm. So yeah, we'll be switching to the borrower account now to see the liquidity from the lender user. Yeah, and the liquidity pool is found on the lender user. So, and we meet the requirements for this liquidity. I'll just take. So usually you should find many liquidity pools from your contacts and find the best interest rates to take the loan from. And so now I'm just going to try and repay the loan. So I need some Dash token. So I'll be going to the faucet. Faucet. Covalent has seen the balance of this Dash token. So going back to the the loans, and I'll try to. So essentially, you can. So the platform automatically send reminders to the people from your contacts that's about to actually pay the loan now. And yeah. So paying the loan will be deducted the 300 FUSD we borrowed and some Dash token addition and interest. So now we are paid the loan, and yeah, saying the loan has been repaid. And we can see the loan was actually marked as paid. And going back to the dashboard, we can see that we have been deducted of the FUSD and some Dash tokens. So if we go back to the lender's account and check the liquidity, they are seeing that the liquidity has been increased back to the balance it was initially created, and it was marked as paid. We can remind them to repay the loan again. And checking the dashboard,
Excellent work there from Dash developers. Really cool looking DeFi dashboard. I love to see more experimentation on these types of aggregators. And those of you who've seen me on streams before know that I'm a huge fan of on-chain lending. It's one of my favorite things. So I love to see that that's integrated as well. Excellent work by Dash. Let's move on to P2P insurance. The champion in that category for the Phantom track is Burfy 3. So let's check out Burfy 3 and see what that's all about. Without any delay, we're going to dive right into it.
Hi, this is a insurance platform where anyone can create an insurance, and many more than like a lot of people can enter into that insurance. Let's say minimum member, let's say bit 1, because this showing you, and let's say request time is 120, validity is 60, claim time 120. I will explain what this one step is. It's written also, but yeah, I will explain. And checking time. Okay. So what happened is when someone want to join the insurance in the P2P insurance pool, they need to join before this request time overs, and the insurance will be valid till 60 seconds after the insurance has been started, and they need to, and after that there will be 120 seconds gap within which everyone who need to claim for insurance have to claim the insurance, and there will be judges who will get randomly selected, and they will also get some compensation. And let's say I want to join the insurance pool, so I will join it. And after that I can also add me, as everyone is accepted me as a member. I mean, there are 0 members currently, so I can add myself, but generally if there are a lot of members, then all the members should accept that guy as a member. So I mean, after this time 5/17/59, which is going to happen soon, I mean it's 5/16. So the insurance has been started as soon as 5/17/59 happened, and now 5/18/59. After that it will end, and I can make a claim request. Let us wait. I mean, it's 5/18/25 here. And then when I mean randomly the judges will get selected, there should be total 1 judge as the input I had entered while creating the insurance, and all those judges are supposed to give their judgment. If they give wrong judgment, or if they fail to give judgment, then they might not get their funds back or something like that. There are some rules regarding this stuff. If no judge gives judgment, then they won't get anything, and everyone will get their stake returned. So let me make an insurance claim. Let's say I want to make an insurance claim for 0.1. It's not much, but let's say 0.01, because total amount is 0.01, so I can make more than that according to paper. Because probably time is up. Because time is up, I had done late. I had made the request 7 days. So yeah, I can't put the request now because contract wasn't valid now. Contract is not valid anymore because it was just valid for like few seconds and it stopped. Okay, what will happen is after that the judging will start, and if let's say I am selected as a judge, then I can see what my insurance claim description is and what my amount is, so I can rather accept or decline it. And if more than 50% of judges have accepted the insurance claim, then that guy will get his insurance claim, and then the remaining amount will be distributed to all the members. And also judges will get 1%. I had described 1% while creating. I can also describe more than that here in the percentage divided to judges and judging time, judges length, and all that stuff. And the more the pool will be, the safer it will be. The more the pool will be, the safer it will be. So yeah, thank you.
Great job, Burfy3, on a really cool crowd insurance model and functional user experience as well. Excited to see where what can be done with that beyond just the demo, but a really great demo, and definitely demonstrated a lot of the cloud communication functions, where people could participate in the validation of an insurance payout, even if they don't know each other before, and it's only because they have a similar interest in the same platform. So I love that. That's representative of the advancements that we're making in DeFi that we've never made as a people before. This blockchain really does take us to the next level of what we're capable of as a human species, I believe. So this is a good example of where we can go with that in terms of insurance, because I don't think that gets talked about near as much. Great work. Moving on, we have another insurance submission, which is receiving an award. That is the 2K first runner-up award in the P2P insurance category for Phantom. Following that is a second chance award that's available, just like the other ones I mentioned, that is open until the 19th. Best project that submits under that track between now and then, a submission form will be made available later this week. We'll take that prize. So before we talk any more about that, let's get into non-fungible insurance.
Everyone, this is non-fungible insurance. It's peer-to-peer insurance for NFTs. The idea of this platform is to protect your NFTs from floor price drops. The problem trying to be solved here, as you all know, is that investing in NFTs is very risky. Floor prices are very volatile. They may drop abruptly after a minting or at any time. And on top of that, many collections get rug pulled by their creators. So what can we do about that? Well, with non-fungible insurance, we can have a platform where different users from the NFT community can request or provide floor price insurance. So how does it work? Well, let's say that Alice comes to the platform and she creates an insurance policy listing. as she can do in any marketplace. But in this case, she decides the insurance duration, she decides the compensation, and the floor price that will be covered. Then, this is the different part, she pays a premium for that policy. Then the policy is listed, Bob sees it on the platform, he thinks that the conditions are okay, and he provides insurance for that policy. He selects it, he provides compensation in case of the floor price drop, and in exchange, he receives the premium instantly. Let's say that some time passes on, and the insurance period ends, and the claims are available. So we have two scenarios that can happen. The first scenario is that the floor price drops below the limit. So in that case, Alice is compensated because the floor price dropped below the limit that was in the policy. And the second case is that the floor price didn't drop that much, so everyone is happy. And then Bob can reclaim the amount he deposited for insurance. Let's see in a quick demo how this works. So let's say that we want to create a policy. So we first select an NFT to insure. We can choose from Phantom, Polygon, or Binance Smart Chain. Let's say that we choose Phantom. We select this NFT. For this NFT, the collection, the floor price is 1200 Phantom. Let's say that we want to pay a premium of 12 Phantom and compensate with 60 Phantom some other user that insures the policy if the price drops, the floor price drops by 5%. And let's say that the duration is around a week. We sign the transaction. So the listing was successful. We can check it on the main section. The main section, you can see that there are a lot of other policies that got here. You can also choose from Phantom, Polygon, or Binance Smart Chain. But let's say that in this case, we now want to provide insurance, and we think that this one is okay. We check the compensation, we check the floor price, we think it's okay. We see that we will get 6 Phantom for that. Okay, let's provide insurance for it. We sign it again. So the insurance was provided. We can check it on the My Policy section. We go to My Policies. We can see the listed here that we did previously. We can see the provided insurance that we just did. Those two are ongoing. And unfortunately, we can see that we got rug pull with a finished listing. But the happy news is that we can claim insurance for this because we had insurance from non-fungible insurance. So let's claim it. And that's it. The insurance was provided, and we get the Phantom that was provided for the insurance. So let's get back to the presentation. Let's quickly see the technologies. So we are using Phantom for running the whole platform and running all the main transactions. And we also use Polygon and Binance Smart Chain to create a policy from NFT from their platform. In order to do that, we use Acceler for doing cross-chain insurance policies. And of course, we use Moralis to get the list of NFTs for the user. So that's basically it. I hope you like it, and thank you a lot.
Very nice. Very nice. I love that this, there's a question in the chat when the presentation was first starting. It says, does this work? It seems to me that the model in theory works very well. Now, there's the only thing that you would need to know when using it is if you set up an insurance contract, it's not a guarantee that somebody else is going to come on the other side and fund it.
Exactly.
But I think that the model is super cool. And when it comes to, what if we take this model a little bit outside of the artwork style NFTs and apply it to NFTs which have undisputed value, like an unstoppable domain. let's say, for example, the unstoppable domain money.crypto is probably very valuable. If it's not already traded at a very high price, it one day will be. So could you take out insurance against that? And, that might be something that somebody would be very willing to back. Do you think the value of money.crypto is going to drop below $10,000? Probably not. That might be a safe bet. And I'm just throwing numbers out here, of course, but I love the way that this makes that possible. Just going to throw up there again one last time, second chance for second runner-up on. And sorry, Shiv, I didn't mean to cut you off there. Did you have anything to add on non-fungible insurance before we move over to Polygon?
No, that's cool. And I just wanted to share that it's really cool that people can pick what they want to insure and they can also earn premium for that. And that's really cool. Like if I'm aware that, okay, this specific NFT project has a great future, has a great roadmap, I can back it up, not just by being a part of that product, but I will also insure it on the marketplaces like this, which will give me an option to earn some more premium on that. So yeah, that's really cool.
Well, absolutely. And it's important to note that with this protocol, we're not just insuring the smart contract. We're insuring, well, in fact, we're not insuring the smart contract at all. The smart contract could fail to a certain extent. And so long as the price of the assets don't drop, the insurance would be unaffected in this model. That's different than I've seen from other on-chain insurance offerings. But I'm going to leave that alone for now. Congratulations to all the winners on the Phantom track. Now I know that many of you have been patiently waiting for the announcement of our Polygon winners. And let's go ahead and full screen for this one. Here they are. All right. And before we jump into our explanation and talking about these, I'm going to throw up the video for Play Art, our best overall project, according to our Phantom sponsors and judges. Big congratulations to Play Art.
The name of my project is Play Art. Play Art is a decentralized art and NFT creation platform for drawing and minting NFTs. Let's go to the page. This is the home page. We can see they recently created. So we're going to start by creating a new canvas. Then here you can see this is where we're going to draw our art. And I'm going to make a simple drawing for this example. I just made this bunch of random lines on the canvas. Now we're going to name our art. Let's name it Demo. With every change is made, the art is automatically saved. Now let's preview. Then you can see our art. Then we can copy the share link. This is the link you can share to your friends to view the art. Now we're going to view it. Now this is the view page. This is where we can view the art with the art ID. You can see demo. You can see created by unknown because we are logged. We're not logged in. So now to be able to mint this art, we have to log in. So if I click mint this art, then we have to connect our wallet. Now that we're connected, this would not change until we go back to the canvas, and because we're minting an anonymously created art, we can be able to mint. If not, you have to ask the minter for permission. Now we're going to mint this art. The name is demo, and then we're going to name it video test. Then we're going to mint. We're going to see that's uploading to IPFS, and it's uploaded to IPFS, and it's creating the transaction for us to sign with MetaMask. Then we can sign that. When that is done, we can see mint successful. Now we can exit this page, and then we can go to the account page to view our NFT. Now after loading, you can see the NFT we have art minted. We have the demo, and then we can go to art draft to view the art we created when the canvas we created when we were logged in. As you can see, we do not have any canvas created when we're logged in. We can click to create art. So now this is the art minted. Now the art, we store we store the details with NFT.storage to IPFS to make it persist. We store the NFT, and now the NFT is minted on the Polygon chain. We can click it to view the details, and you can see the art, you can see the name, you can see the current owner, you can see the traits, and you can see the details and a link to open it on IPFS. I want to click that. You can see the IPFS link, and then this is the data the art contains. It's a lot of data. Finally, we're going to go back to the art and then live draw it. Then we're going to go back to the art page, and then to live draw, we just have to click this button. Then you can see as it is drawing on the line on, like you can see the drawing. Click it again. This is the live draw feature. It's going to be much longer for longer art and relaxing. So thank you. All arts minted are stored on chain with NFT.storage and then persisted on the blockchain by minting. So this is a demo of my project play out. Thank you.
Very cool. Great job integrating another common Moralis partner, Filecoin in this case. Filecoin provides the infrastructure behind the NFT minting service that's being used on the back end here. And so shout out to them. They were not a sponsor at this event, but they've sponsored previous events with us, and we're certainly happy to work with them. Very cool, different approach to a NFT art app. And I love the features you've integrated with seeing how the art was created. I was able to imagine in my mind, you know, a much more complex piece of artwork, and being able to see actually not only proof of ownership on chain, but how it came together through the DApp. It's foundations of something that may, you know, really revolutionize the way that we view NFT artwork. If you think for a second that NFT artwork is at its plateau and we will never go beyond that, I think you have another thing coming. And I think that this helps to illustrate that in a very real way. So great job to Play Art. Moving on from there, let me pull our winners back up on the screen. Shiv, did you have anything to add on that?
No, I think Play Art did really great job. Like, anyone who wants to even learn drawing an art or something, it could be really cool. Like they could see step by step how it was made, and this really takes the ownership aspect to a new level, right? It's not just ownership of an NFT which has just swapped different parts of that. You see the artist drawing that art, so that really brings a lot more value.
I agree 100%. Moving on, iSeek Funding making a second appearance on our winners list. iSeek Funding is also receiving a prize from Polygon for best user experience in a DApp on Polygon. Excellent work there. If you want to see the demo for that, it's earlier in this stream. Coming up, we have Refund. Refund is the champion prize winner for the best refi DApp built on Polygon. Let's check out Refund together and see what that's all about.
Let's go.
Refund is an open source crowdfunding platform built on the Polygon blockchain for the Polygon ecosystem to incentivize developers to build open source protocols and projects. Refund is short for regenerative funding. This is a refi product. What problems does Refund solve? Most developers build open source projects. The code can be used by anyone, but the other developers use their code. The developers that build the product don't actually get incentive or get commissioned or are even like mentioned. Refund solves that. Refund allows developers to list their projects and receive contributions from people using it, and also updates from devs. Refund also allows for communication for developers to see each other projects and get a feel for what each other are building, and also collaborate to help each other build their projects to better the ecosystem. These are some questions concerning Refund. I'm going to go to the PDF. The PDF is the text is exactly what is on the README. Let's go to the site. This is the site for Refund. This is the home page, also the grants page. Now we can view all grants and create a grant. As you can see, we're not connected. We can look around. We can look around the view all grant and create grant page before we actually get connected and do some stuff. Now let's view all grants. Now this is all the test grants created. We can add to carts, but we can't check out since we're not connected. Now we can click on them to view them like personally. Now this is the full screen view of the grant. You can see this is the name, this is the tag, and then this is the about, this is the team, and then this is add to cart, and then this is the rating platform to like rate the project. Let's try to connect our wallet and create a grant. So we're going to click the connect wallet button. As you can see, we have different wallet options to choose from. If you're using mobile, you can use Trust Wallet. If you're using Ledger, you can use Ledger. Or if you can use mobile, you can use Trust or Wallet Connect. And if you're using Ledger, you can use Ledger Live. Also, we have Coinbase, but I have MetaMask, so that's what I'm going to be using. Now we'll connect our account. When we're connected, we'll see we have the cards, and then we have our account. We can go to grant, and then we can go back to the grant page, and then we can create a grant. This is the page to create a grant. We have the title, project description, project banner, and other things. I'm going to fill this quick, and then we'll fill some of it. We can select the tags or a category. This is a refi project. It's a refi project. So then we can open preview of the grant description. This is what the grant description is going to look like. So then we can close preview, and then we can proceed to the next, which is ownership information. Now this is where we take our Twitter handle. I'm going to fill this. We're going to use our address as the recipient address. We're going to go here. We're going to copy it. We don't have any team members, so we're removing this. So we'll fill it. Then we're going to the next, which is where we're going to review our grant. Now you can see the grant. We can see the link, the Twitter page, the time created, the address, the donation address, the GitHub or code repo, and now this is the about. If it looks good, then we can finish it up. Now we've successfully created our grant. We'll be redirected to our grant page shortly. Now this is our grant page loading. Now this is our grant page. As you can see, we're connected, and then we have the option. We're the owner, the only one in the team. We have the option to edit the grant. Now we can edit the grant. Let's say I want to edit the grant and remove this header. We can edit the grant, and then we can simply just copy this, and then we can backspace, and then we can scroll, and then we can save it. And then it's gonna load. It's gonna save, and then the page is gonna refresh for our edits to show. Now, as you can see, the edit was successful, and we have edited the grant. It's a pretty easy process. Now, let's say I want to add it and donate. Now we're gonna add a grant to carts. We can check the rules and or report a grant. Then we can go to our cart. Now it's gonna load our grant. Now this is the 2 grants we have currently, and then check out. Now we're going to select our tokens. This is the currently supported tokens. Now you can see the token details here and a link to get the test token for testing. We're going to be checking out with Fract. Let me see if I have enough. If I click on Fract, we're going to be checking out DAI. I don't have Fract. We can click DAI. Then we can approve max. And it's going to pop up MetaMask for us to approve our DAI. As you can see, we're approving a lot. Going to approve. Now we can see this model while we're waiting for the transaction to complete. The transaction is done and the model is gone. Now we can proceed to Polygon checkout. We can let's donate, let's say $67 or 67 DAI, and let's say 3. So we're going to check out. Then we're going to donate into 2 grants, a total of 70 DAI. So now I'm going to check out. Then it's going to pop up MetaMask. Then we're going to confirm. As you can see, successfully donated. This page will refresh in 5 seconds. We're going to confirm this. Now, after the refresh, this is our cart. We can explore project. That means we can go back and add to cart and donate. Now we can view our transaction. We can see we approved that. Then we can view more on Explorer. And we can go and check the transaction hash, and we can see the grant donated to $67 DAI and then 3 DAI. Thank you. That's the demo of my project.
Great work to refund on a very nice DApp for setting up different basically charitable donation offerings. And the reason why I think that this is so important is because as we evolve as an industry, more and more payments are going to move on chain. And what about when we need to provide to some sort of legacy business or office a proof that we gave a donation, but not just the transaction? We need like some information that says this went to a charitable cause, and it has that in there. And this platform seems like it would be very easy to provide something like that. So definitely interested to see, where that can go and how that might help us with tracking, important charitable donations and keeping track of that in a way where we can prove it to any authorities that may, need proof of that in order to qualify for a tax deduction, things like that. So great work on that. Congratulations to our champion winner. Also, congratulations to CrossFarm, our first runner-up, and to PDC Finance our second runner-up. So those two also making a second coming here in the Polygon prizes. I'm seeing some questions in the chat about the 15 runner-ups. We are going to get to that here in just a little bit. I am not going to play demos for all of the pool prizes today. Those demos will come later on. But what I can assure you is we will reveal all of the prize determinations, including any second chance opportunities before the end of the stream. So all of that is coming up here. And we are nearing the end. I know we've been going for over 2 hours, so I'm going to do what I can to keep us moving. Let's pop into Tower Defense as our next award champion in the Best DeFi Integrated Metaverse and Gaming DApp on Polygon.
Exactly. And as Phil is playing their demo, you could keep your phone in front and stretch a bit. And it's good to stretch a bit and watch the stream. Let's go.
Hello out there. Can't believe we're finally wrapping up the Moralis Google Defining DeFi Hackathon. My name is James. I'm a member of the Chrononymous team. This is the second game we've done together. I composed the music, but everybody really stepped up and did some incredible work. I'm already logged in, so I'm going straight into the menu. Connecting your wallet allows you to use the in-game shop and save your score at the end of each level. With each player's score ranking by level linked to their wallet, the game is perfect for Telegram or Discord communities, or the ultimate contest. Already you can see that high scores are tracked for users that log in. I've been playing for 68 minutes straight. Stopping now wouldn't be right. Level building utilizes a modular system. Thus, it will be seamless to add additional levels, towers, enemies, or new damage types or damage effects. It's also easy to add new items to the in-game shop. Our tokens, available through our ERC 1155 contract, are dynamic. We can modify prices or bonuses if the game or ecosystem requires it. Our project is built to support multiple blockchains with only minor internal changes required. We're launching on Binance, with Polygon most likely next. The tutorials page provides the story for our futuristic dystopian game, as well as explaining why killing tons of robot spiders is now your #1 goal in life. The story itself is a direct sequel to our first game. Our team is always looking for ways to drive adoption and to make blockchain more accessible and more interactive. A huge thanks to Moralis and all our sponsors. Our second game is our best yet. It's thrilling to rise up together through new technology. We must act fast or face certain death. At least that's how it works in the game.
Amazing. Okay, so I try not to play favorites during award ceremonies, but I really, really like this game. Anybody who's played Tower of Defense before, or maybe better said, if you have not, the objective of a tower defense game is to destroy the robots or spiders or whatever they are before they reach their destination. If too many of them reach their destination, then you lose. So you're in control of various like missile silos and towers that fire bullets or what have you, in order to keep these ever advancing robots or spiders from reaching your base. And it's a very immersive game style for people who are into strategy and things like that. And I love to see a blockchain version that it really does justice to the genre, which it feels like just from watching this demo that it does. This is one I want to check out myself later on. What do you think, Shiv?
Yeah, this was really nice, and especially the music that they had. Like the presentation was really nice and clean. Like I'm not much into gaming. I haven't played tower defense games earlier, but this was looking cool. The music was nice. The presentation was nice. So yeah, really great work.
Absolutely. All right. So coming up next, we have Meta Racer. Let's lock in.
Today I'm going to present
go.
Meta Racer. Meta Racer is Metaverse multiplayer racing game with multiple upgradable cars and with Web3 features like NFT, ERC20 reward, in-game purchase and more. So if we talk about blockchain, then we are using Polygon testnet, BNB testnet and Phantom mainnet. We are using these 3 blockchain. If we talk about smart contract uses, then we are using 2 smart contracts for in-game purchase with native crypto, unlock cars and mint as NFT, get ERC20 token when you win with online player or complete any 4 game. Exchange ERC20 token to get coins and other user data for like timestamp and token check and other stuff. If we talk about features, then this game can be played in solo or in multiplayer PvP mode with voice chat support. This game also supports multi-chain support. In this game, you can dance or soft fight with other online players. In-game store, unlock cars as NFT, upgrade car system, buy coins with native balance, exchange game tokens to get coins. In this game, you can get ERC20 game token when you win against online player or complete 4 solo race. Different cars with upgrade support and nitro booster. If we talk about game flow, then it is simple. We have to authenticate and log in into game. Once we are in game, we can go to coin shop, we can buy coins with crypto or we can exchange it with token. If we get back to gameplay, we can buy and unlock cars with coins as NFT or we can upgrade cars. During the game, in solo, we can play solo or we can challenge other online players. If we win during multiplayer, then we can get 2x coins. Also, when we are winning with other online player, we can get ERC20 token or in solo mode, if you complete 4 races, then we can get ERC20 token. So let's start the game. We can log in with any blockchain. In this, we can edit profile. We can choose avatar and we can change our name. So we are in the gameplay. If we talk about UI, then on left top side we can see the map. Next to it, which is number of coins which we have earned during gameplay or we have bought from in-app purchase. Next to it, the diamond is basically ERC20 token. If we go on right side, in this coin shop, we can purchase coins with native crypto or we can exchange with token. So let's try one with live demo. So transaction has been completed and we have received 2000 coins. If we click on this car button, this is garage and we can buy this car which is basically NFT 1155. We can also upgrade this car. So let's try. If we click F, it will go into car. If we click on practice mode, then we can play in solo mode. Someone is there, we can challenge. We can also do dance or we can tell him to challenge. And he has accepted our game. We have to complete this laps. We can also drift and we can upgrade the game. So this game is very exciting and entertaining. If we talk about future roadmap, then in future we would like to adding more cars and upgrades, more racing tracks and characters to choose in game, improving game economy mechanism, develop for Android and iOS, deploy and maintaining on mainnet.
What a nice looking racing game. I couldn't help but thinking like, could the next stage of it include being able to watch from the bleachers in the audience?
Yeah, that would be really nice. Like imagine
Like, would you
watching
be
from
able to
there.
set up that as like an observation zone that you can only walk within that, but then if you're participating, you're in the track zone and only the participant can be there? I don't know. I just started having all sorts of ideas when watching that one, and really, it looks fun. Plus, the truck kind of looked like a Ford truck, and since I'm from Michigan, that's an easy way
Yeah.
to win points with me.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. And imagine you being in the audience, and then like just like the horse races, you have options to bet on the different cars like from the stand.
Absolutely.
That's really
I
cool.
was thinking that too, and someone in our audience is even mentioning the same thing. Wouldn't it be awesome if you
Oh,
had
yeah.
like a little in that audience area, a little betting office? Now, of course, you're running into a jurisdictional situation there whenever you
Yeah.
introduce betting. But in terms of a final product, just sounds so exciting. Be like
Exactly.
a real metaverse race event.
Exactly.
All right. So our last showcase for today, our very last showcase of the awards ceremony, though not our last showcase of the submissions. We will be releasing grouped videos of all the pool prizes, showcasing each of those here this in the next week. So by this time next week. And that will have details on even more of our submissions, even more great projects. We just wanted to show you as many as we possibly could in this time here. And I think we're closely reaching that amount of time because it is nearly 2.5 hours. I'm going to, in the next 15 minutes, quickly get through this very last showcase. And then we are going to go through each of the remaining winners. So no winners are missed during this stream before we wrap it up. Then we'll move over to GatherTown later on for a little question and answer and to hang out if people still have questions and want to talk more about these amazing dApps that we've seen today. So anyway, without any further ado, let's get into Meta Gallery. Meta Gallery, the very last showcase of today.
Just keep writing your letters, trying to see what you do, trying to figure out your story. Are you funk or you blues? I just keep writing your letters, trying to hurry it along. But who knew love was a journey and not a quick for the song? Whoa. It's a sad, sad world. When a boy won't ask a girl what's on her mind, so I keep writing all these letters all the time. I just keep writing you letters in the back of my mind, with a future so vague and yet so full of design. I just keep writing you letters, trying to hurry it through. But who knew love was a journey and not a quick sauna through? Oh. It's a sad, sad world. When a boy won't ask a girl what's on her mind, so I keep.
Very nice. Great production value on our very last showcase. Good job, Meta Gallery. Cool looking dApp as well. I love the idea of NFT staking, and I think that that's an underexplored area. So I'm glad to see that you guys are getting into that. I'd love to hear and see more on this later on as well. So, and great music as well. I see that comment in the chat. Absolutely. All right. So let's move on to our final prize winners here. This is going to be more spoken. And like I said, we are finished with the showcases for today, but I think that this is a moment that many of you have been waiting for. So let's get into it. Here we are. The prize winners for the Polygon Pool prizes are, first up, Conserve, Solazoo, Marketplace of the Multiverse, Femcent, Zanfi, Expetra, Galaxy Gang Universe, Banana Pay, Audex, OK Gold, and Inhera tokens. Congratulations to all of those winners. Now, we do have one more addition to our second chance opportunity on this page. So if you're one of those folks who didn't submit a project on Polygon, it's not too late. We have $4,000 in $1,000 prizes remaining from Polygon that have not yet been claimed. This is an opportunity to do one of two things: either submit a dApp that hasn't already been submitted on Polygon, or publish some improvements to your existing dApp to try to claim one of those prizes. Favoritism in all of the second chance categories will be given to projects that have not already won a prize. However, if you want to publish improvements to a project that did win a prize, be my guest. We will revert to those if we don't get enough submissions from new non-winning projects. So either case, you're eligible, giving priority first to the winning prizes. Now, we're not done yet. I've got a few more prizes to go through here as well. Next up, Axelar, Covalent, and multi-chain prize information. All right, so I know we heard Axelar mentioned a couple of times during our showcasing, and here is the breakdown of their winners. Each of these winners receiving $2,500 in prizes. DeFi Hub, D-Lance, Cross Farm, and Marketplace of the Metaverse, or Multiverse. Sorry, Marketplace of the Multiverse. Congratulations to all four of you for seizing that Axelar prize, and special thanks to Axelar as well. We love to have you guys here with us for your very first sponsorship with Moralis. Thank you so much for that, guys. All right. Covalent is our next one. Now, the Covalent prizes come in various forms. All winners will receive an email on exactly how much you're getting. The total prize pool is $5,000. Those prizes range anywhere from $300 to $1,000 depending on where you ranked, and Covalent will be giving some email information on that here soon. So DeFi Hub, Dash, Tower Defense, Meta Racer, Colo, Solazoo, Stock NFTs, Marketplace of the Multiverse, NFT Teleporter, iSeek Funding, PDC Finance, and Galaxy Gang Universe. Congratulations. You are each Covalent prize winners and will be receiving details on that prize and how to claim that. This brings us to our last category. Now, not our very last announcement. You will notice that we have not yet announced our grand prize winner. We have a grand prize winner who will receive $20,000 in prizes, as well as an additional $10,000 in Google Cloud credits for a total prize of $30,000. And that is coming up in just a second. But before we do that, I want to let everybody know that the multi-chain prizes are held over. And the reason why the multi-chain prizes are held over and part of the second chance opportunity is they must use any call. We got a wide variety of submissions using multi-chain. However, unless they incorporate any call, they are not eligible for the bounties put up by multi-chain. So what I first encourage everybody to do is rewatch the workshop with multi-chain for complete information on that bounty. The second thing is see where you can integrate any call in your DApp. This prize is still open, and we want to give out all 5,000, all 5 of those $1,000 prizes here at the end of the 19th once second chance opportunity is over. So make sure, I'm going to give more details on the website about all the second chance opportunities that are available so that everybody can review that. Obviously, this video will be available for rewatching as well, but seize those opportunities. Now, here we are. The moment that everybody has been waiting for. I know that we've had many, many exciting prize announcements during this event, and it's hard to even say at the end of the day, it's hard to pick a grand prize winner because there's so many good dApps. And exactly. I wanted to pick one that our team felt like deserved recognition and did an excellent job in both delivering a working product and also a great user experience and having an inventive theme and idea. And this project is none other.
Before you announce that, Phil, I think before we show that to everyone, I just want to say that you all are grand winners actually, because you all came together and made something that's working. You all thought of an innovative idea. You thought how we could incorporate business in these Web3 aspects. So yeah, you all are winners. And
absolutely.
Without taking a lot of time.
Absolutely. And that's absolutely true. We're here for you going forward. And every single one of our participants is part of our Web3 community, part of what we're doing at Moralis and in the Moralis community. And we will cultivate that with you. So reach out to me, DM Shiv, Yosef, others of our community engineers. We're here to help you. Now, with all of that said, our grand prize winner, drum roll please, is Get Me Pizza. Get Me Pizza. Congratulations. You are the grand prize winner for Moralis Cross Google Defining DeFi Hackathon. You will receive the full grand prize of $20,000 as well as $10,000 in Google credits. And we are just very, very happy to see your DApp here. Now, I do actually want to show, I fibbed a little bit earlier when I said that was the last demo that we were going to show today. I do want to show the Get Me Pizza demo before we wrap up. So give me just 1 second while I get that pulled up, and then we'll dive right into it. Shiv, have you ever had a chance to check out our grand prize DApp yet?
Nope, not yet, but I'll be excited.
All right. Well, the demo is going to speak a bit for itself, but what's wonderful about this app is the way that it encourages native blockchain interaction using things which people will find familiar to the way that they already use commerce and things like that in the real world. It involves tipping. It involves all sorts of different great elements that we love to see in DeFi communities, and it comes with a polished and finished interface as well. In fact, I personally know that the developer is eager to make improvements to it and was bugging us, can I change my DApp? And we had to tell him no over and over again because we needed to award him a prize before he made any changes to it. Here's the demo, everybody. Check it out.
Hey, I'm Elon's dev, and this is GetMe.Pizza, a social tipping DApp built out the personal need to allow creators and builders a way to receive support from their fans in crypto. The DApp is built using Moralis, Firebase, Next.js, WagMe, RainbowKit, and Tailwind, while the smart contracts use Chainlink and multi-chain and are deployed on Binance Smart Chain, Polygon, and Phantom. When you logged out, you can explore other users that have signed up or their latest posts. You can also view a user's profile, for instance, Bill Jill, and tip them in a slice of pizza. Bill Jill has no tips yet, but here we can tip him without even signing up. First, we'll connect our wallet with MetaMask. This wallet does not have any BNB, so I'll switch to a wallet that does. Chainlink makes sure each pizza slice is exactly $1, no matter which chain we're on, whether it's the Smart Chain, Polygon, or Phantom Opera. Here we're going to tip $2 to Bill Jill, and I'll add my username, Elon's dev. Here I can just say, appreciate all the support. Here it's waiting for my wallet, and my wallet pops up, asking me to confirm the transaction. Once we've confirmed the transaction, it'll show that we're sending the tip. We can wait for the tip to confirm. Once it has, it confirms that we have sent the tip, and it sends us 2 pizza points. Here you can see the memo. I've tipped Bill Joel. Here it shows that we received 2 pizza points because we tipped $2. And here I can add the pizza points to my MetaMask wallet. I have 14 pizza points because I've tipped other people already. Let's sign in and create our own account. Here I can sign up. I can sign in with a Google authentication. And here we can create our profile, adding our name. Here it checks Firebase to see that the name is available or not. And we can add a social link, choose the type of creator we are, and add our EVM address. And we'll go into our dashboard. Here it shows us the available to withdraw. We obviously don't have any tips yet. And here we can view our posts, and we can create a new post. Once a post is created on Firebase, we can edit it here, and we can either go live or leave it as a draft. I'll leave it as a draft for now. We can see the feed, which shows other people's posts, and we can load more. here's a pizza. Here's a post from me earlier, and I can like this post. I can also go into my settings and change my image. This uses IPFS using the Moralis upload. Try this picture, and we can click Save Changes. Now you can see we've updated and our profile picture has changed. If we view our own page, you can see our profile picture has changed. Here I've logged into my Elon's dev account, which has been tipped on Binance Chain, Polygon, and Phantom. I also have one post with 2 likes. If I go to my dashboard, you can see I've already withdrawn my Phantom, and it's asking me to connect with the wallet address that I set previously. If we go to that wallet, it'll allow us to safely withdraw. Here we connected to the Binance Smart Chain, so we can withdraw these Binance Chain tips. Let's withdraw. Here it's waiting for the wallet. We can confirm that transaction, and now it is withdrawing our funds. And we've drawn successfully, and the balance has gone to 0. Now it is telling us we have no tips on the Smart Chain. We can switch chains or share our link to get more tips. We can easily switch chains by clicking here. From here, we can also explore and log out. Future features include memberships, messages, NFT galleries, integrations, and more. We use some OpenZip contracts and a Chainlink aggregator link. We set up the contract with a struct for memos, do a bunch of mapping and platform fees, get the latest price from Chainlink, have a tip pizza function, takes in the address that you want to tip, and the name and message you want to send, and the number of slices. It checks the price against Chainlink and then sends them a tip while taking a platform fee. It then sets up the struct, emits a memo, and mints the tipper 1 pizza token. We have a withdraw tips function and a get memo view function for the front end, and we have some admin functions.
And lastly, we have some multi-chain functions to make sure the pizza coupon can be sent cross chains.
All right. Thank you so much to our grand prize, Get Me Pizza there. And I see some questions in the chat about concerns about dApps that were submitted, but maybe not awarded a prize. I want everybody to know that if you have concern that your dApp wasn't properly judged for any reason, we do have this 2-week second chance opportunity. I am going to use this opportunity to make sure that anybody who has concerns about anything, that we address those first. If that means reevaluating your dApp for one of those second chance categories, that's certainly an option. And it is possible that something small was missed. So I want people in the community to bring that up to me directly. However, I'm also very confident that the best of what we had to offer was showcased today. And I really want to thank everybody who submitted a project, regardless of whether it was shown today. And a special thanks to those who submitted one that we were able to showcase as part of our awards ceremony. Truly top-notch DeFi products, and really great to show what can be built and what is being built with Moralis. But at the end of the day, if you have concerns, I'm not finished, addressing those. I'm not finished looking into those. And I want to make sure with something like this, where we have hundreds of submissions, that everything is addressed in the long run. And that may mean reconsidering one or more dApps for some of these second chance prizes, since we have that opportunity. So reach out to me on that if I can help with anything. I'll look forward to talking with everybody here over in GatherTown in about 35 minutes, or actually let's say 45 minutes. That'll bring us to half past the hour. Thank you again to all of our sponsors, to Polygon, to BNB Chain, to Phantom, to Covalent, to Axelar, and to Multi-Chain. And I just look forward to awarding even some more prizes for this event as we've defined here. Additional details will be on the website along with another submission form. Congratulations to all the winners, and thank you again to all of our sponsors. Everybody have a wonderful day, and we'll talk to you soon.
See you guys. Congratulations.